The fantastic voice of Pat Kelly here on The Robert Elm Show. And we're going to continue our theatrical thread because we're talking about a piece called Welcome to the UK. It's being premiered at The Bunker. And the people behind it, the Borderline Company, two of them are here with us now because I'm joined by Sophie Bess and Barar Halabieh. They are director and performer in the play themselves. Welcome both of you to BBC Radio London.
Thank you very much.
Let me begin with you, Sophie. What is the Borderline Company? Tell us more about it.
So Borderline is an ensemble that is actually produced by my theatre company called Psyche Delight.
Right.
It's an ensemble of mixed European and refugee performers. So it's roughly 20 people because we have two shows on. So it's and half basically. And it's an ensemble that I created because I was interested to help promote integration for people when they arrive here. And so I didn't want to do shows only with refugees. And we use satire and humour as our way to express ourselves through the shows and try to reach the audience through that.
So who writes the shows? Where do the pieces come from?
We write it together. It's completely based on their personal life stories and journeys. And of course, we use the skills of everyone in the room, including the European performers. So physical theatre, songs, music.
And is this in a variety of languages or is it all in English or...?
I mean, it's mainly in English, but my aim is really to make it understandable for obviously refugee audiences as well. So there's a lot of visual things happening first, I would say. And then a bit of everybody's language is in the room, definitely, yes.
So, Barar, your background is what? Where did you come from originally?
I'm Syrian.
Okay, and you've been in London for...
3 years now.
And did you come here as an actor? Is that your craft that you brought with you?
To be honest, no.
Right.
I started back home. I got a bachelor's degree in English language and literature.
Right.
And when I arrived, so like most of refugees, I left my country because I was threatened, and I arrived to the UK after spending around 6 months in the jungle of Calais. Wow. And one of the things, one of my friends put me in touch with Sophie, because he said, I know a French director and she's looking for Syrian performers to take part in a piece of theatre. Right. So I said, why not? And I found myself become on board for more than 2.5 years now.
So that was your debut, that was your first time,
yeah.
Actually. How did that feel?
It's amazing, and because it was the beginning, and after being involved with Borderline, I did another shows with other companies, and things keep coming. It's amazing.
And was it important of you to be able to give a voice to the kind of experiences that you've had, but not just you? These are collective voices, aren't they?
Exactly. That's my point. To be honest, because, of course, the personal story is important, but being with refugee status in the UK, for me, it's really important to share the common experience most of refugees share together. And because I think I was lucky to be on stage to tell these stories. So our aim as a company to give voice for the people who didn't have the chance to be on stage to tell their own stories.
And maybe the people who didn't even have the chance to get here or to leave
exactly.
or to find sanctuary.
Exactly.
There are two different performances, aren't there? There's Welcome to the UK and Borderline. Are they similar? Do they tell different tales? How do you kind of divide them?
So Borderline is our first show. It's a satire of Calais jungle, so right. It's very different. That's where we got our name from, because we've been touring it and people call us the Borderline people. And so Welcome to the UK is based here. So it's once you've crossed and you arrive here, the journey of asylum seeker through the hostile environment policy. So we have the UK is a fanfare. It's what we expected or what we see. You know, the buzz of London, the UK, the humour and everything. And we have a Prime Minister accordionist pantovillain woman who runs the place, and basically you see the life of all the people, including European people, going through all the rides to try to stay in this fun fair. So it's very satirical. We also follow the journey of women refugees that we had with us for the first time to create this show, and that's very important for me because they come with very difficult, painful stories about women trafficking in the UK. So they are refugees as well, but not for with the same journey. So we have a haunted house in this fun fair with our women friend in it. And so yes, this is the world we create. It's a very different one, yeah.
When you finally got to the UK, was it like had you been here before? Had you been
No.
here? No. Was it, did it meet your expectations? Was it very different? Was it, what were your kind of responses to being here?
To be honest, I felt welcome.
Yep.
And when you arrive to the UK, people think that the moment refugees arrive to the UK, they are settled and everything done. No, but it's a new chapter of the story. When you arrive to the UK, there is many challenges you're going to face. From the beginning, when you claim asylum and the whole process with the Home Office, and that's things we're covering through Welcome to the UK, that we want to tell people what happens to the refugees when they arrive. So I arrived to the UK, I claimed asylum. The Home Office sent me to London because at the beginning I arrived to Cardiff. So this is one of the things we want to tell people, that refugees don't choose where to stay. It's the Home Office who relocate us. So the Home Office sent me to a small hostel in London where I spent 6 months sharing a small room with 3 people. And during the 6 months, you as asylum seeker, you are not allowed to work. You can't go to college because you don't have the right status yet. And during this 6 months, the Home Office give you the financial support, which is £5 a day. When the Home Office decide and granted you the refugee status, they send you a letter that you have 28 days and you should leave the hostel where they accommodate you, and the financial support will stop. And here in these 28 days, you need to stand on your feet.
How tough was that?
Crazy. 28 days, you need to apply for national insurance number, open a bank account, apply for a job center, find a job, and find a place to stay. And for someone who speaks English...
And you
it's
spoke good
difficult.
English.
Exactly. For me, it was tough. I couldn't achieve these things in 28 days, and for some reason, I found myself homeless. So imagine if you don't speak English. It's really, really tough. It's not easy.
Has this become home yet, though?
Yes.
Why? Why here?
To be honest, as I mentioned, I've never been in London before. But there is something in London like it takes your heart. And I don't know. I was born in Dubai. I lived in Dubai for 18 years.
Yeah.
But what I have for London, I don't have for Dubai.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from here, so it's always fascinating. And I've lived in New York, I've lived in Barcelona, but here is home, and it's always been home. So to see it through others' eyes is interesting for me, because this is normal. This is my life. It's what I've grown up to since a kid. But I still see why London is such a magnetic place.
I would say that what I love about London is the diversity and the buzz of all the communities and various people, and I think that's what we try to recreate in our ensemble as well. You know, like men, women. We have people married, single, gay, very
straight,
religious,
black, white,
everything,
every
going
human
from
hue.
16 years old to 50. You know, and we work together. And that's our aim.
And is it important that you do use humour rather than it just being sort of dark and hard and tough and grim and difficult and relentless? And
for me, it was one of the fundamental point, because I think the image around refugees is often very dark. Either people are scared or they have a negative image. So to convey still their story that can be violent, but through satire, then it doesn't create any pity, any fear. You know, satire, humor allows something else. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be very touched, but the impact on the audience is different, I think. And for me, when you use humor, you throw a bridge so people can laugh together and connect. And then we have Q&As after all our show where we can talk more seriously. And we open on Tuesday with Women for Refugee Women, coming with 10 wonderful women of their drama group. So it'd be amazing to...
this is all premiering at the Bunker. Tell us a bit about the Bunker.
The Bunker Theatre, I didn't know them very well before, but it's an amazing theatre. They've been so supportive. They do what they call the underground revolution. So they have a whole season. It's not only us, like a whole season of women director coming with very important and very diverse subjects. So I have to say that we're very excited to be part of that.
How long does it run for? How many performances?
4 weeks.
Okay.
So we're starting this Tuesday with Women for Refugee Women.
And what will you be doing during the run, Bara?
So during the run, I will be performing in Borderline and Welcome to the UK, and I am glad to be associate producer as well.
Wow. And where can people find out more about this? Is there a website? Or?
Yeah, so our website is www.psychedelight.org, or on the Bunker website, of course, Borderline. And we are on Facebook at Borderline Play.
Sophie and Bara, thank you both very, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am not